Okay, hello. Today we'll be learning about Powtoons. So Powtoon is a website where you can make a story for your kids, a PowerPoint kind of presentation along those lines that's a little more interactive and has, moving parts. You can add music, you can add voiceovers, so a lot of different things you can add to your PowerPoint, and it's a little bit easier to use than maybe say Microsoft PowerPoint for your kids. It has lots of things you can just add right into it. So this is the main page. You have to create an account. You'd have to check with your school to see if kids are allowed to make an account. It doesn't have an age limit on here. So for now, as the teacher, I will be the only one using this account until I would have to see if my school would allow the students to make an account. So you have some options: start from scratch, build your story scene by scene, or there's already popular templates that you can use. So you can click on any of these and it brings you to a different page, and kind of there's let's see, I don't know where the went. There is a video explaining to you once you click on one of these exactly how to use the effects and make your own Powtoon. So that's something you can watch as a teacher. If you have your kids making a Powtoon, you can have them watch that before they make their Powtoon to kind of go over some of the effects they can add. But I already have a few here. Here's this one. So here's one of the already created templates. So 8 steps for the perfect vacation. So just something along these lines. So you can see how they do it, what kind of steps they use, how they use the effects. So you can edit any of these if this is kind of a template that you would like to use. I made my own today. So for our Spanish class, we'll be having the kids maybe 2nd grade, depending on their level of Spanish that they're in. This is very basic Spanish, but they will have learned members of their family and some adjectives, and also be learning how to conjugate some of the more popular verbs like tener, which is to have. So the presentation or the hook that I will have for today's lesson is going to be this Powtoon, and that will be to introduce the project that the students will be doing, which will be creating a family project to introduce the members of their family. So saying, I have a happy mom, I have blah blah blah. So they'll be using the verb have, tener. They'll be using a member of their family, and they'll be using an adjective to describe that member of their family. So the presentation I made is in Spanish, but it's pretty basic. So let's see how. So here's my first slide. So this is in the construction area. So I already have my 5 slides made over here, as you can see. And now we'll just click preview, and you can see the slide I made. So along I would say hola. So you can read along. I might be reading along with this as the kids go, and as I'm previewing this right now, I think I would want to make the slides, oh, this one's pretty good, a little longer on the screen so that the kids have time to read and understand exactly what the slides are saying. So that was me going through my family members, and then afterwards I would say, okay, that's my family. I might actually incorporate real pictures of the people in my family, because that's part of the requirements for the kids, but for this purpose I just used a little cartoon characters that they already had in there. So I would go through, I'd be reading that along as the slides went through, give some more time on the slides, and then afterwards explain the lesson that the kids would be doing. So this is a good way to hook kids in the beginning of a lesson, kind of have an interactive PowerPoint rather than me just talking at the kids and writing something on the chalkboard or the whiteboard and then explaining the PowerPoint that they're going to do. So once that is done, then you would explain to kids a lesson. They would make their own. If they can do a Powtoon at your school, they can make a Powtoon. They could just make a presentation, PowerPoint presentation. They can just make a poster board of their family utilizing pictures and then the different elements that you would like your kids to use. So I chose them to use the verb to have, tener, a member of their family, and an adjective describing that member of their family. So yes, Powtoon can be used. This is a very basic way to use Powtoon. There are many different ways to use it, different templates, things like that to make your own story along the way. So a new interactive way that you can use the same knowledge and information that we have right now, Spanish in this case, and make it a little more interactive to change the daily routine of how those classes are run and are going. Thank you.